here at MOCA, the Pacific Design Center, in conversation with Rebecca Matalon, the organizer of Rick Owens Furniture. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we're seeing today at the show.
We're here at MOCA's Pacific Design Center, where we have the first U.S. museum exhibition devoted to the furniture and sculpture of Paris-based designer Rick Owens. Owens is best known for his iconic and eponymous clothing label that he started here in Los Angeles in 1994. The exhibition includes new and recent work in furniture, sculpture, and video, as well as a massive site-specific installation. Owens has been interested in the history of art for some time, alongside his interests in design and the decorative arts. To this end, this exhibition also includes a selection of paintings by the late artist and musician Stephen Perino. Perino's paintings, or what he referred to as misshaped canvases, punctuate the installation. This exhibition really highlights Owens' hybrid works and willfully transgressive approach to the merging of art and design.
So I'm curious how Rick thinks about the relationship between fine art and furniture.
Rick has talked a lot about and being interested in brutalist architecture, modular forms, the seriality, and the use of raw concrete. In some of his earlier work, there was a very clear relationship to minimalism to the work of artists like Donald Judd or Sol LeWitt. This exhibition and the works that we're sitting on have a relationship to what one might see as a kind of expanded narrative of minimalism, a narrative in which artists such as Eva Hesse or John Chamberlain or Yayoi Kusama can be seen, artists that have engagement with the erotic, with the sensuous, with tactility.
It's also really fascinating how they invite the user to potentially engage with them.
There's this play with the limits of when an object becomes something other. Objects that don't obey as they're supposed to, let's say. There's an eroticism to be able to pet fur and sit on it, that you don't often find in an institutional setting.
So Rebecca, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the bench that we're seated on.
It's called a three-pronged bench, and it's made of elm wood. You can see it has this sort of very weathered surface to it. Playing with different kinds of materials has always been and continues to be really important in Owens' work. The way that you can see similarities or repetitions of form, but rendered in something that is warm, like you were saying, warm and rough at the same time. To go into the relationship between Rick Owens and Michelle Lamy, his partner, Rick designs the furniture, and then talking with Michelle, they decide what to execute, which pieces to realize.
Another component of the show are these fantastic works by Stephen Perino.
The work we're sitting in front of is called Big Muff, and it's from 1988. It's an enamel on canvas work. Perino is best known for his monochromatic canvases, often in white, black, silver. He would first paint the canvas and then remove it from the stretcher bars and wrench it, pull it apart, similar to the way that Owens is dealing with fabric. There's a video downstairs in which you can see Rick draping a form, pinning and tucking and pulling in a manner that is very similar to the way that Perino approached a kind of disobedience to a history of monochromatic painting. Perino really was making work at a moment where painting was considered dead, and bring life back into it by destroying it.
With this piece, we really shift in scale to quite an architectural scale.
So this is Weeping Alabaster Wall. It was made specifically for this exhibition. It's composed of 70 panels of alabaster. As you can see, it has this kind of undulating surface. When the light grazes it, it looks somewhat like trees covered in snow, or veins, or a landscape. One thing about Owens' furniture and his sculpture, and he's talked about this quite a bit, is this idea of slowness. The idea that the furniture allows a kind of longer process.
That seems to position it somewhere between the speed at which fashion is designed and produced and the speed at which architecture is designed and produced. And so these works kind of seem to mediate between those scales. It's been fantastic to get this close-up view of the works in Rick Owens Furniture. So thank you very much.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
And we'd like to thank MOCA as well. And thank you for watching the SCI-Arc Channel.